everybody, what is up? My name is Mackenzie.
And I'm Jonathan.
We are husband and wife, and we'd like to welcome you to TerreDice.
And today we're soaring through the galaxy with Czech Games Edition's brand new, remastered, re-released, new and improved Galaxy Trucker.
Now, if you grew up dreaming of becoming a trucker in space, fending off aliens and smuggling goods across the galaxy, then this game is for you. So let's blast off into this review in 3, 2, 1. Blast off! In Galaxy Trucker, you are joining the ranks of the brave men and women to deliver cargo across the galaxy. But there's a catch. You don't have a ship. And you don't have money for one either. Your job is to build the ship out of the pieces you are delivering and try to make it there in one piece. Or at least as many pieces as possible. Galaxy Trucker is a tile laying game where all potential ship parts are laid out in the middle of the table, upside down and up for grabs for any of the other truckers. Every time you flip over a tile and decide not to use it, you then lay it right side up for all others to see. Once you place that part in your ship, it is welded, aka you can't move it again. While you are building your ship, you need to make sure that you have protection from the potential threats along your journey. You'll arm your ships with lots of lasers, shields, seats for your astronauts, life support boosters. Oh, and all that cargo you're delivering? Yeah, you need room for that too. Basically, you're gonna want a lot of stuff and you're not gonna be able to get all of it.
Now, once everyone has finished building their ship or the astronauts run out of time, it's time to go run the gauntlet. You're gonna put together this deck of cards and you're going to face challenge after challenge. Now, this could be oncoming meteors or blaster fire or trade with nearby planets, or maybe you're scavenging an abandoned space station, or there's pirates raiding you and slavers trying to take your astronauts. All sorts of crazy stuff will happen. You might also get lucky and get some open space to try to blast ahead of the other slower ships. You'll face each of these challenges while trying to get ahead of the other ships so you can get first dibs on the best loot. Alright, first off, who doesn't love the idea of being a trucker in space? I think that sounds so funny. You're a smuggler like, Han Solo, Mal Reynolds, Star-Lord. You got your janky ship and you're just trying to make it through space with your ragtag crew. That's what this feels like. You're like, what can I build so quickly that I can make it there in one piece?
Yeah, and the game is mostly about building your ship. So that's about like 80% of the game you are going to focus on building that ship, and the game itself only plays about 20-30 minutes, and then after you build that, you're going to run your ship through the ringer, and one stray meteor or one thing is going to just break apart your ship.
Yeah, and I think that was one thing that surprised me the first time we played this. I thought, oh man, it's taken us so long to build our ships. What's the rest of the game going to be like? And really, it's just this wild ride where you're towing into port. I mean, you might be lucky and you might make it with a pretty well-designed ship, but more often than not, you're going to be towing into port with like one engine and no cargo left, and you've got a third of your ship attached. Like, it's so funny just to watch it break apart in space.
I think that's the one thing that surprised me is how comedic the game is. Like, it's really funny. Yeah. So there are different levels that you can add to your game to make it more advanced or not as advanced as you want. And the only thing that really changes, he'll get into some cards, is the size of your ship and how long the game takes.
Yeah, and how difficult the cards you face
definitely.
are. Yeah.
So one of the things you can add on, which I really like, is a timer. So when you're like getting through your ship, you can flip that timer to encourage players to hurry up, and you can flip that again, and then everyone has to stop. And the rules are, you don't have to flip it, it's just if you see the timer is emptied, you can make that decision too. So it's kind of up to the team.
Yeah, but it's like it has to flip at least like 4 times for the long level.
Yeah, but it's really good for like to help people with like analysis paralysis to get that game going. But if you don't play with the timer, the rulebook actually says if someone's taking too long to finish their ship, to just take that game box and whack them on the head to finish up.
Speaking of the rulebook for this game is very funny.
Yes.
So it's the rulebook, it's laid out really nicely. It'll only take you about like 10 minutes to teach the game to everybody around you, and then after that it just gets quicker and quicker. But when you're reading through it, they have all these funny jokes where they're talking about, you need as much of this as you can get, as much of this as you can get, and you start to realize, wait, this is going to be impossible. You're not going to be able to get all that stuff. I also like there were these silly jokes like the money, I think it's called cosmic credits, but they say we wanted to call them Starbucks, but that was taken. So it's just like the whole thing is just like really, really silly, which I appreciated. I love when a rulebook's lighthearted.
So Galaxy Trucker is not a new idea. This game actually came out 14 years ago, and this is the remastered version, and it's had some big improvements. It's basically the same game, but components have been upped, and the game is shorter and it has streamlined it.
A lot more streamlined, yeah. With the way that you fly, you're only going to go through one flight. There is a longer version if you want to do multiple flights in a row and try to be the best trucker, but really it's just like you build it, you go, you're done, and it's fun. The components, you got these cute little astronauts, these great little aliens. Batteries look like Tic Tacs.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think the coolest component in the game, honestly, is the player board, because it's a level 1, level 2, level 3. It's got all these 3 different levels of what the board looks like. It's all on one board.
And then I think like the box art has improved a lot. The color scheme for those, like the cargo you're picking up, I think that also looks nice. So overall, a lot of improvement in the art, and I think it makes it more appealing and more up to what the style of games people are looking for now.
Yes, yeah, and the cartoony look that you get on the box, it's really there as an indicator to show you that this is a family game. You can play it with your entire family. You can play it with kids. I think 8-year-olds, 7-year-olds, they could all play this and have a great time. But also don't be fooled by it, because it is absolutely an adult game. We've played it with just adults. They love this game.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
Yeah, in fact, we were playing this with one of our friends, and she was saying, this is the first space game I've liked. And like, so she doesn't like any space games. She's like, I might actually have to get this because this is a space game I can actually play.
I would say other people that this game is for are people who like to just not really care about, you know, what the outcome is, but just like to get through a game. I think if you're okay with forcing the timer to go, you can actually make the build time down to like 5 minutes or less, which is just funny.
I think also it's for people that don't want to take themselves too seriously, because your ship is gonna get wrecked, and you can't get too upset about that. It's funny.
I will say, in a larger player count game, in like a 4 or 5 player game, a lot more of the tiles will get flipped over, so you'll get a lot better chance of building the ship you want.
Yeah.
In a 2-player game, most of the tiles are going to be face down, so it's just kind of you'll end up with a worse ship probably if you're going fast.
We played this with 2, and we played this with bigger groups as well, and I recommend this as a bigger group game. I just think it's more of a party game, like not in the aspect that it's easy, but just it's more fun to have more people play this game.
Yeah. One thing we didn't talk about before, but the racing aspect, which is more fun when there's a lot more players, the number of days that you spend in space that kind of determine your track and where you are in terms of who gets first dibs at the loot when you get to certain planets and things like that. It's determined by whether you choose to take actions on the cards. So if you're trading with the planet, or you're going to scavenge an abandoned station, or you have to fight smugglers, you might lose 3 days for doing that. And that'll set you 3 steps back on the track. So if that puts you behind another player, they'll get first dibs on the next card, which I think is a really cool competing aspect.
All right, everyone, and that is our review of Galaxy Checker by Czech Games. Overall, we really did enjoy this game, and we think it's a great game for friends and family and a group of people to get together who just want to have fun. It's awesome. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, hit that bell for notifications so you can know whenever we put out a new video, and we'll see you next time. Happy playing!